Good evening, Professor Dillard. My name is Cortina Duck. I'm back with you again for another wonderful semester. Hello, fellow classmates. Tonight I'm going to be going over with everyone some facts about probation officers. My opinion on probation officers is that they have a very humbling job, pertinent yet humbling. They deal with the important task of assisting with former convicted criminals and reintegration. Reintegration, in a nutshell, would be the process of returning the mindset of a former convicted criminal to an integrated state of being so they can act and adhere to the standards of society. Some basic qualifications for you to become a probation officer would be obtaining a bachelor's degree, one, and two, having a clean criminal record. Your bachelor's degree should be in criminal justice, social work, or psychology, or another closely related field. You must also have a clean criminal record and successfully pass a drug test before qualifying for employment as a probation officer. Probation officers, as I said earlier, have very pertinent jobs. You're pretty much assisting in bridging a gap. Not only are you assisting with the former criminals with compliance with their probation or their parole officers, but you're also assisting with their families, the family members and or even employers of former criminals, and you're trying to encourage, I guess, an extension of an olive branch to pretty much give them a second chance at life so that they can reintegrate successfully into society. You may be given the task also, or definitely given the task of finding trainings for employment and substance abuse so that they don't fall back on any old bad habits. Probation is the period during which a person is the probationer. The probationer is subject to critical examination at this point, critical examination and evaluation. Probation is a trial period that must be completed before the probationer receives greater benefits of any sort of freedom. Both probation and parole kind of intertwine. I think the biggest difference with probation is probation is ordered by a judge. Parole is granted by a parole board. Both probation and parole involve the supervision of the convicted criminals, but the systems are very distinct. Probation allows the convicted defendant to go free with a suspended sentence for a specified duration. During good behavior, probationers are placed under the supervision of the probation officers and must fulfill certain conditions as well. If the probationer violates a condition, the court may place additional restrictions on that probationer or order the probationer to serve a term of imprisonment. Just some more brief history on probation. Probation became a sentencing option for federal judges with the 1925 passage of the Federal Probation Act. The act was authorized by federal courts to suspend imposition of a sentence or the execution of a sentence in favor of probation. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says that probation officers make a very humble beginning salary ranging from 52,000 a year minimum. It's anticipated that this will go up due to available funding for corrections at local and state government levels. The max you can make would be at least 83,000 a year. So again, as I stated earlier, it is a very humbling job. You have to love what you do, and the fact that you're helping promote and reintegrate someone back into society so that they can be an upstanding citizen again. I think a great trait that a probation officer should have is being very detail oriented. You're going to be called upon to compile up to date, detailed records of setbacks and overall progress of these former convicted criminals. These documents might be later used in future legal purposes, and probation officers might even be asked to testify at times and make recommendations in regards to a client's or probationary status. Probation officers work under court deadlines, which can sometimes add to an amount of paperwork that is quite astronomical. They have to keep up with, as well as the amount of stress. Earning your master's degree can also prove very useful as far as, yourself wanting to obtain a higher advancement career wise in the field of probationary work. Also useful is a professional background in social work, counseling, or criminal justice. Officers are also required to complete a training in a state or government sponsored program before they can work alone amongst these former convicted criminals. As I said earlier, this is not the most glamorous job. You won't be dining across from Oprah, but it is a very humbling job. And if you believe that people deserve a second chance and you like to make sure the law is upheld and you're interested in helping your community, probation officer is the job that would suit you.